Here we go. I haven't golfed since I was 11 years old. I was just telling Mark, but let's see if I can actually hit the ball here. All right. Well, at least it went down the range, but that's what we're talking about today with our resident golf expert, Mark Smith. And you know, it's the first time I picked up a driver in, like I said, several years right now. So when you're going ahead and you're trying to select a driver, you've got a certain process that you could go through.
Well, we do. We have a fitting process. We've got Callaway, we've got Ping, we've got different brand names that we can fit. And when we fit you for a driver, you know, we're looking for different style heads, and of course the loft of that head too. But more importantly, I think, is the swing speed. And so that's the one way we can fit you with the driver. These heads are interchangeable. We've got different shaft types, stiff shafts or regular shafts, even women's shafts, depending on your swing speed. And there's a gauge that we use that works that out.
Because every person's going to need a specific driver to their body type and how they're swinging, right? So there's a difference with that?
Sure. Yeah, if you're tall or short. And swing speed is really one of the most important things.
Well, let's take a look. Why don't you go ahead and take to the tee right now. Give me some tips on well, I guess some of the basic stuff that you would do.
Sure. Well, I saw you swing, which was pretty decent, pretty athletic.
Oh,
but what we're looking at for a driver, we want to kind of think of a much longer swing, okay? And we all, you know, we get that dreaded slice quite a bit with the driver. It's a flatter face, and if you're coming into the ball just a little bit open, if the face of the club is open, or if it's too closed, and that's just a matter of just a half inch of motion in your hands, that ball's going to move 20 yards to the right or 20 yards to the left. We've used this little visual a lot, and what we want to see is a nice big circle around the body, okay, when we make that swing. So our arms need to be a little longer. What I've noticed with your arms, you got a little short with it. The left arm broke down. It looked like you were squeezing a little tight also, okay? So we don't want to squeeze too tight. So if we set that ball up, a great setup position is a wider stance. We want the ball position to be closer to the forward part of your feet, okay? The front foot, and then we're just going to take a nice long swing. I laid down a little beach noodle here, which has a little curve to it, a natural curve. We want to come back, take our back swing back. We want to come into that little curve. We don't want to come over the curve and cut across our body. That's where the ball goes to the right. So a good setup here, nice tall posture. I want to feel nice long arms, almost like I'm dragging that club over the grass. Set up, little tilt with the shoulder because we do want to swing through the ball. We don't want to hit down into the ball at all. Okay? So one swing here is back.
Beautiful.
Through. Good follow through also. And that's really big, is to make sure that turn is there, relaxed arms and long arms.
Now, I already made a mistake by grounding my club. That means I put it into the dirt, right? You don't want to do that.
Don't want to touch the sand. This is a hazard, considered a hazard, okay? 2-stroke penalty if that happens. But you know, when we talk about the sand shot, this is a very different type of shot. Very different than just getting a shot from the fairway. We don't want a lot of shaft forward lean. Essentially, that's kind of what you did, and you dug into the sand. And that's a tough little thing. What we want to do is we want to open the face up. We want to feel a nice thud on the ground, on the sand, and just slide that club head right up and underneath with a little bit of a wrist hinge and forward motion. It's important that we do a full swing also, Joe. You kind of came in and just stopped right here. So just a demonstration. I dig my feet in, ball's in the center of my stance, hands above the ball, open face, so I'm going to open my body a little bit. I'm just going to swing right out to that target and feeling the bottom of this club. That's what I want to hit, not the leading edge. So back and through.
Beautiful.
Kind of comes right up. You hear that nice little thud, and you're making sure you do that full follow through. That's very important with the bunker shot.
Now, no matter how good your technique or how bad your technique is, in my case, there's certain etiquette that you need to take when you're doing shots.
Oh, absolutely. You got to rake the bunker after you're done. So, come on over here, Joe.
Let's take a walk. All right, so here we go. We've been walking a lot right over here. We want to make sure that this is nice for everybody else who wants to come down to the Legacy Golf Course. They don't need to be walking in my footprints. We want to make sure that it's pretty. It's just nice, isn't it? It's just considerate. It's part of the game, right?
Exactly. Joe, you want to give that a shot?
I do. I'm going to give this one last try right here.
All right. I'm going to draw a circle around this ball.
So I can see it?
I want you to take that whole circle
Take
out.
the whole circle out.
Okay.
I'm not going to put my club in until I'm ready to take my shot.
We're going to open the face up a little bit.
Open the face up a little bit.
Okay. And make sure you hit
Full
2
swing.
inches behind the ball, swing right through.
Okay. Oh.
And that's common. You hit the ball first, we got to stay down a little bit. That's why we need to dig our feet down into it, because we're going to hit below the ball.
Well, it looks like I have a lot to learn. If anybody else out there wants to come and learn a little bit, where can they go?
Claire Batista Golf Academy up at the Legacy Golf Course. We're here full time, and Claire and I both teach up here. It's a beautiful place, facility to learn.